the way we select judges in this state. Selecting judges is serious business. It has been serious business for us for a long time. The judges of this state have in their job have had an obligation to ensure that we have a fair and impartial judiciary. As citizens of the state of Missouri, the fact that we have a fair and impartial judiciary is beyond doubt. It's without question. There has been no scandal, there has been no corruption in this state for decades and decades. The reason that we have had no scandal is because we have found a way to select judges that is fair and impartial and results in integrity and a judiciary that people across this state have a great deal of admiration for. Tom and I have had the privilege of visiting other states, many states throughout the United States, and talking to bar leaders throughout the United States and judges throughout the United States. And it is truly impressive how much respect there is for the Missouri Plan, and how much respect there is for the manner in which we select our judges in this state. Judges in this state have, without any doubt, enjoy an outstanding reputation, and it is certainly true that the judges in this state enjoy a better reputation than judges in other states. We are blessed with a fine judiciary, and it's primarily because we select judges the right way. HJR10 would obliterate the plan as we know it today. And the first point I'd like to make about the plan, about HJR10, is that it gives the legislature the ability to set the rules, the ground rules for the way we select judges in this state. At the end of HJR10 is an obscure passage that allows the legislature to change the rules by legislation, not by constitutional amendment. As it stands now, only the Constitution defines how we select judges. But under HJR10, as we interpret it, the legislature will get to set the ground rules. And we all know that the legislature is made up exclusively of politicians. We all know that politics has no business in our courtrooms. And yet HJR10 would allow the General Assembly, the senators, and the representatives to define how we select judges. And that is an absolutely unacceptable situation for us. Additionally, the HJR10 gives the Senate the ability to control who sits on the Appellate Judicial Commission, as well as all the other judicial commissions throughout the state of Missouri. And for the first time since 1850, if HJR10 becomes law, the General Assembly will be back in the business of involving itself in judicial selection. In 1820, the Missouri the territory of Missouri passed its first constitution. That constitution allowed for gubernatorial appointments of judges subject to Senate confirmation. That scheme was almost immediately attacked by members of citizens of the state of Missouri, and we succeeded in changing the Missouri Constitution in 1850, and so that there was a direct election of all judges. 1850 is the last year that the General Assembly had anything at all to do with judicial selection. And under this plan, under HJR10, we would be back, the General Assembly would be back in the business of judicial selection. In other words, we'd be going back to a pre-Civil War era of political involvement by the General Assembly in the way we select judges. And that makes absolutely no sense. We have had, again, a spectacular run of selecting the finest judicial minds the state of Missouri has been able to produce. And if we go back to a system where politicians get to set the rules and politicians get to decide who sits on these commissions, then we can expect our judges to be subject to political considerations as well. HJR10 also increases the gubernatorial power to control how the commissions are established. In other words, the lay people on the commission, once a governor takes office, gets to get rid of all of the existing commissioners, and the governor gets to immediately select the new commissioners, and by getting an additional commissioner, the governor essentially gets to appoint a majority of the people on these commissions, which means that the governor, as soon as he assumes control of the governor's office, gets to gets to have majority sway over the membership of the commission. Now, that represents a sea change from what we have had since 1940. If you recall, in 1940, the Missouri voters changed the Constitution to come up with the nonpartisan court plan, which is more popularly known as the Missouri Plan. It's known as the Missouri Plan because Missouri is the first state in the United States to adopt a merit-based system of judicial selection. Well, in 1940, we were just coming through a period of time of political corruption in the state of Missouri, where the Pendergast political machine in Kansas City dominated Missouri politics. Not only Jackson County politics, not only Kansas City politics, but state politics, because of the corrupt way in which the political elections were conducted in Jackson County had a statewide effect. Because of the corruption that was rampant in the state of Missouri in the 1930s, the voters in this state decided that when we went to a merit-based system of judicial selection, the governor would be a weak link in that chain. The General Assembly would have no involvement whatsoever in that process. And with HJR10, we are giving the governor a lot of political power that he does not have now and has not had actually since 1850, once again. So we're going back to a system where the governor is able to exert political control over the commission. We're going back to a system where the legislature is able to involve itself in a political way in judicial selection, and none of these ideas are any good at all. And again, we have an exemplary, an exceptional judiciary in this state. It's because we elect judges based upon merit without political considerations.